piece of their testimony. And as the pieces stack up and get put together, they become something special. This week is just a tad bit different because I brought on someone that I had on last week because we just scraped the surface of her testimony. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. She's already here.
Yeah.
Hey, Alicia, how are you?
It's like, hello. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you, Alicia?
Doing well. Just coping with everyday things.
Yeah, I hear that. It's an everyday affair trying to.
Yeah, you have the kiddos. So
I
it's
hear
like,
that.
wow. I can't even imagine that.
Not one, not two, not three, but four.
But four, exactly. So that's see. Hi, Miss Linda. I got it.
I'm so sorry to bother you after hours.
No, it's okay. No, I got it. Did you see what I'm sorry. And this is real life here. This is real life. Yes, did you see my
Yeah, I did. And obviously lab slips, I must have had all the files hidden, and I didn't even open up every single tab, and you're right, it is there, and I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay. I was just scared because when I saw those initials, and I'm doing a podcast right now, so if you want to, no, you're okay. If you want to watch it, it's on Determined. It's
I saw that briefly earlier. Yes. I will.
Okay. All right. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
So for those of you that don't know, Alicia is a very important person. Alicia is a dentist. So it's actually, Dr. Galvin. Dr. Galvin.
It's okay. Whatever you want. However you do.
She is a dentist for what's the correct geriatric?
Yeah. I'm a geriatric dentist, special needs dentist, hospital dentist. Yes.
So when the phone rings,
you have to answer.
It needs to be answered. So
I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. It was just kind of a pressing issue.
Yep. I hear that. So
see, full moon. Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So just to recap what we already talked about last week. So you were in a class that someone was instructing, taking notes, and you felt a pop, and that pop was
I was actually I was writing my up my charts, and I was with my colleagues, and we're just telling jokes back and forth, and then I heard a pop, and that pop now I know was the aneurysm rupture.
Right.
And then I heard the like I said, the big whoosh, which I know is now arterial blood going through. Got sent to the hospital and got coiled, and had the support of my family. Got coiled 2 more times after that, and then just tried to go on from there.
So we got coiled the first time. Right? Why do we have to get coiled?
We had to get coiled the second time because I think that I had so many angiograms done. So I want to say that it was like, I call them wellness checks. So they have to go ahead and they have to do, they have to check to see if the coils have what we refer to as obtunded, meaning closed off closed up that pouch to make sure that it's filled, and make sure that there's not any more circulation going through it. And so that's why I had to get coiled a second time, because they found out that there still was circulation going through the aneurysm. And then they gave me another like 6 months, and that's when my neurosurgeon changed. And Dr. Kobe, I give him all the credit, Christopher Kobe, who is my age, 46, and wonderful man, very easy on the eyes. So it's easy. It's like, you need to be coiled again. Okay, I'll do it, Dr. Kobe. So, so after the third time, the aneurysm, the outpouching was obtunded. So, I credit Dr. Kobe. So that's, and then after that, just try to live life as normal. And that's where we went. So
There you go. There you go. Now, after the third coiling was done, how was life after the third coiling was done?
it was, I felt that, life had improved for me anyway. The headaches, they went away. I felt just more mental clarity. I would still get like headaches here and there, but nothing like at the very beginning. And I was actually able, after Dr. Kobe called me, I was actually able to go and do give a continuing education course out in South Dakota for 300 people. Of course, I had to have an escort. My mother flew with me, and we literally landed in a little hangar in somewhere in South Dakota, and we took a prop plane over to the place in South Dakota where I had to go ahead and give my lecture. And my mother had a fun time, of course. She's a snow baby, so just snowbird, I should say. And so she liked it, and I'm just like, got up there in front of 300 people, and I said what I had to say, gave them their money's worth. And yeah, it was kind of a daunting feat if you think about it, but I really didn't think of it like that. It just did what came naturally. And after that, just trying to resume life as normal. Then, had the divorce happen, which that's okay. I don't care, anymore. And just went from there. Living life. Just went from there living life. Every day, just thanking, a higher power for a new moment of life. So I thought that I was, because it happened in 2007. So by 2013, I was feeling pretty good. And then life happened again. That's when for some reason, I just had this really bad chest cold. And I didn't understand what was going on because, as I said in the last interview, my mother always said I was always a healthy kid. And this was just very strange to me. It was probably, just a function of the weather, at that time being, like not having, I was alone, but, I was alone. I spent time alone, didn't get into a relationship right away. So probably a function of that, just not, just trying to test my feet out on the water. Just a perfect storm. And then I came down with a double pneumonia.
Oh, wow.
And the double pneumonia infected my myocardium, so the heart muscle, so not the innards of the heart, as they would say. And yeah, it was really scary because I couldn't, like, it was very difficult for me to, like, I couldn't walk. Like, basically, I found myself in the same situation that my father found himself in when his aortic valve failed, when his mitral valve failed.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am. It's like, man, I'm 6 years out, and now this happens.
Mm-hmm.
20% ejection fraction, or 25% ejection fraction, which in our field, it's like you have to, like, somebody has to be calling UNOS, the organ transplants association, so that you can try to get your patient, on, that list. I was told that I should apply for disability. I was told that I would probably never work again. But I said, I told my cardiologist, and he's a great cardiologist. We argue, we go back and forth. And so I told him, I said, I've gotten over the brain aneurysm thing. I said, you don't know me. I said, you may know my mom, because it was a family friend, and I'm thankful for him. And I said, you don't know me. I said, I'm going to fight this, because he was like, well, I think you might need a heart transplant. And then it went from, let's go ahead and put you on, like some medication to help your heart. And then, he said, let's see how you do, for 6 months. So I still kept working. And I, didn't need any sort of oxygen or anything like that, but definitely felt the difference in my body. And, still kept up with my neurosurgeon, and just paid very good attention to my body. That's what my doctors always tell me. They're like, your body. So,
Yeah.
When you call us, there is an issue.
Yeah.
So then, let's see, 2013, and that's when I met Walter. I had actually met him right before this occurred. And basically, I gave him an out, and I said, we just met like, a month ago, and then all of a sudden, I'm stricken, I'm stricken with this. I said, you can go. I said, I can deal with this on my own with my family.
Mm-hmm.
You can go. And he said, no. He said, I'm sticking around. So he nursed me back to health. And yeah, I know. I mean, I had never experienced that,
Yeah.
like someone actually, besides, your mom, your dad, I had never experienced that. So he nursed me back to, he really did. He nursed me back to health. My mother had him in the kitchen. She'd come over to my house. She had him in the kitchen, showing him rather how to cook for me. This is what, this is what a cardiac patient needs. And work was very great to me. I had some wonderful colleagues who took over my caseload, and I had a wonderful boss. Still have a wonderful boss who understood, the situation. And I was given the chance to recover. And once again, here I am with just when I think that I can exercise, it's like, no, you can't exercise. And I was upset. I was like, no, I want to run 10 miles like I used to. No, you can't do that, Alicia. No, I want to. So, but I'm working my way back though, from that. So I have actually when I went up for my first echocardiogram, um, after 6 months after this occurred to me, relative to the the myocardial infection, and the valves, there's regurgitation there, but my my cardiologist said, because I was so scared of the results, and I couldn't walk in there into his office without crying, and he said, have you been praying? I said, of course, I always pray. He goes, have you had other people praying for you? And I said, of course, my mom. He goes, well, read the results. And after 6 months, I went from being in like end stage heart failure
Mhm.
to being at the low end of normal.
Wow.
And it was only through his guidance
Mhm.
that I was able to and with Walter, the support from my family as well, um, a modification of lifestyle. Just I was able to, make it back. And I'm still making it back because,
Yeah.
I have to have the echoes done every 6 months, make sure that, things are flowing smoothly, as we say.
Mhm.
And, just trying to enjoy life, trying to enjoy every minute that I can, taking like these little nice walks, but it's like, oh geez, now it's the heart. So I'm kind of like, please God, like, no more. I think like have I done my time,
Right.
so
Have
yeah,
I jumped enough hurdles here?
I
Or
know, have I jumped enough? Have I jumped enough? But
yeah.
it's I don't know. I mean, I just really can't describe it because it's just, every day every day is a miracle.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, I'm a cat with 9 lives. I think I've used up, I don't know, about 4 of them, something like that. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. I'm in good health, considering my situation,
Mhm.
and just go to my regular doctor's appointments. And I think that where I find my strength is in helping my patients. They give me my energy,
Mhm.
because it's like I can wake up in the morning and feel like, oh, I'm so tired. But once I get on the road and get going, and I treat my patients, um, everything is all right. And my mother's the same way. I mean, she's a sprite 71-year-old. I mean, she looks like she's 50, but she's the same way. I mean, she still does work as a relief pharmacist. So, and it's like, wow, mom, where do you find the energy to do that and to like take care of, my sister's kiddos? Because my sister, she's also a pharmacist. So it's like mom's the babysitter. And but when her friends call her and say, hey, Alicia, because her name is Alicia as well, when
Mhm.
they call her and they say, hey, I'm going to be going out of town, or I have this coming up. Can you come and sub for me? She's right there,
Right.
Saturday morning, 6 a.m. So, I'm just like, I mean, like I say, I can't be surrounded by I'm surrounded by the most wonderful people, like professionally and personally. So it's like my father said, live and help live. So that's what our family is all about. We just try to, live and help live. And I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of like waiting for the other foot to fall. It's like Oh
You're like,
no,
you're
what's
like,
gonna
all right,
happen next?
it's about time for another hurdle to be
I
put
know,
in
it's like it's
right.
about time for something else to happen. It's like, oh no, it's like, uh-oh. That's why like today, like it's like, oh, this week has been strange, professionally, and then um, just going out in the morning, like at 5:30, leaving for work, and it's like, oh wait, I hope that that's not what I see, the full moon. No, no, no. So it's just trying to keep your head
Mhm.
above, like Rudyard Kipling said, trying to keep your head above when and I'm misquoting him unfortunately, but trying to keep your head when all those around you are losing theirs.
Yeah.
It's a daily, and I think that just goes for everybody, especially with the struggles that we are facing right now, people trying to get vaccinated, and that was also a big issue for me, because I was, anyone's going to be hesitant,
Mhm.
and that's just human nature. But given my what I do for a living, and also given the comorbidities, as we call them, it's my it was a privilege, and it's my right. I mean, well, it's just like I have to do it for myself,
Yeah.
to go ahead and get vaccinated. So waiting, for my second inoculation in February, and I'm very fortunate because I see these, these individuals, and it breaks my heart to see the elderly having to wait in lines to have the rollout.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that hopefully things will change for them, because I've known too many people that have passed
Mhm.
from this. In
Yeah.
any case, yeah. So
So
yeah,
you have
uh-huh,
you have Linda Peterson here
uh-huh.
who says Dr. G touches the lives of all those around her. Thank you for all you
Oh,
do.
she is Miss Linda. Miss
Yeah.
Linda is the most amazing person. She is that is who received the phone call. Who I received the phone call from. She is our business office manager,
There you go.
and much more than that, she's attached to the most wonderful boss ever, Mr. Clark Peterson. And they, through the years, they have nourished me, nurtured me, nourished and nurtured me.
There you go.
And they, they get it. They didn't get into this business because, just for, they get it. They
Yeah.
have, I'm sure, and I don't know to what extent, but in their own personal lives, they have things,
Yeah.
people that they've
Yeah.
known. But yeah, Miss Linda, she's amazing. I love her. She's so sweet, and I always tell her that I'm like, I think you're like couldn't you be my mom? So yeah, I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate, and they took a chance on me,
Yeah.
and I will always be very grateful for that. And I love like I said, I love what I do, and I'm just, I'm just very thankful. Every day, like I said, every day brings on a new challenge. But when you're surrounded, when you surround yourself with people that will help you, and it might be a little hard for them to understand, but if you just sit down and explain it to them, which is what I'm hoping to try to do right now, um, you're going to be okay. I mean, none of us know right now, um, like no one knows,
Mhm.
what our shelf life is.
Yeah.
So we just have to, take care of ourselves, as I mentioned last week, just been losing the weight. Yeah, I know. I mean, I want to get back down to that little skinny mini,
Right.
um, because all the women in my family, they're just like tiny. I'm like, oh, I had to take after dad. Like he was 4. It's like I got the muscles,
There you go.
but yes, I'm very fulfilled. I'm very fulfilled in my life with my
Yeah.
job. And I don't know. I don't know why God tapped me, but God did tap me. And you just, it's just like you just have to keep on going.
Mhm.
And of course, there's always talk of, oh, well, once, your medication stops working, you might have to go in and get, a pacemaker. And I'm like, well, you know what? Bring it on. Like if that's what, that's what I mean, do whatever. It's kind of like a car,
Yeah.
like a car that you really love. And it's like, okay, okay, this is what we have to do it.
Yep.
Let's go,
Yep.
stop it. And it's just let's go. And so it's like, if that's what's in my future, then that's what's in my future. So it's like, yeah, I just, I trust my docs. And Mr. Walter should be coming home soon. He just, like I said, we were talking, he has a new job. And it's a different lifestyle change for us. And but just I can't be grateful enough, to God. So what questions do you want me to ask? Oh, thank you, Linda.
So from the
Yes.
heart condition that you had,
Yes.
what
Yes.
you I caught that you're still on medication from that, right?
Yes. I'm just on because my issue, it's not high blood pressure. And this is the funny thing. Because when I used to run, when I used to, like get out there and, do my 10 miles, um, I just remember this bounding pulse in my ear. And I just thought, oh, it's because, working myself out.
Mm.
Well, I realized that wasn't a normal thing.
Mm.
And I would take my pulse, and I would be up to like 260 beats a minute. So I think that there's some sort of genetic predilection for this kind of issue that I had. Maybe, I know, I mean, because they already said, yeah, you were already, tachycardic,
Mhm.
meaning heart, fast heart rate. You've always had a fast heart rate. And it's like, yeah, because I remember waking up as a child and having just this,
Like,
bounding pulse.
yeah.
Yeah, just like palpitations.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
And
say.
my father, he took me to a cardiologist when I was a little girl, and they did all these diagnostics. But when this occurred to me, they actually, I mean, because they were like, you're only, because at that time, let's see, 32 plus, let's see, 2007, 2013. So that's what, 6 years. So 32 plus 6, so I was 37. It's like for a 37-year-old woman, to have this issue, this is strange. So they investigated every avenue, and I had some of the best. I had the best, I mean, I had the people that like taught me, during my hospital dentistry years. I had, this wonderful Irish gentleman, Dr. McCall, and he's just like, I can't find a reason. I mean, I had it all done. I had the cardiac cath done, you know, several blood. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've had, like blood tests I mean, we can all identify with that.
Mhm.
They couldn't find a reason, but they wouldn't put me on they wouldn't do a stress test on me, because they stated that, if we do a stress test, you're going to code.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, well, what is it? So they chalked it up to it being, and at the time, I don't know, I know the people from Texas, people from that are fans of country music, they remember, that Randy Travis, the country singer at the time, for different reasons of his own, not the same as mine, but he also came down with a viral infection of his heart. And so that's what Dr. McCall chalked it up to. He goes, it's just like you're like that man, Willie Nelson. I said, Dr. McCall, I said, it is Randy Travis. I've been watching the news. I said, it is Randy Travis. I said, no, Randy Travis. And he goes, well,
get it
yeah.
right, get it tight.
Yeah, and I said, I think that he goes, I think that's what's wrong with you. It's a viral infection, and for whatever reason. And so what I found out later on was the possibility that when I did go, because I did go to the emergency room one morning because I couldn't breathe. I just felt like it just took a lot out of me to breathe. And pneumonia is hard to diagnose, so I'll give the docs out there that. But like basically, the diagnostic tests that should have been done, they just weren't done. And I was given a Z-Pack and inhaler and was told to go home and just try to get over it. They thought that I had what they refer to as an acute exacerbation of bronchitis. So I said, okay, all right. And so I did what I had to do, and it didn't get any better.
Yeah.
And then it ended up with me, like I was my father's daughter, just, trying to walk from point A to point B, feeling short of breath. So spent 2 weeks in the hospital. My mother was there by my side every day. My brother and my sister, they'd always make fun of me. They were there too. They'd laugh at me. They're like, ha ha ha, you have to go TT. And I'm like, yeah, because they're trying to get this fluid out of me. And then that's when they met Walter. And I said, Mom, I said, well, it was 2 suitors that I had at the time. And I said, Mom, so I just want to let you know that I'm going to have a visitor today. And she goes, okay. And, he came in and he was like, he brought me like 24 roses. And of course, my mother loved that, and she said, let's go ahead and give them some time together. And so my brother, they were just laughing at me, my brother, my sister, and my sister's her husband now. And they were just laughing. They just, they went out, and I was just like, oh, hi, yeah, okay, I'm sick, yeah, okay. And then my mother, after 20 minutes, okay, that's enough time with my daughter. So, and my mother, she would pack up like a dinner, and she would take it down to the cafeteria, while they were visiting, while they were there with me. And so she told him, you're going to come with me and we're going to, go and have dinner together. So that's how she was doing her radar on him. Like, okay, is this going to be a good gentleman for my daughter? Mm-hmm. And then that night, the same night, I said, Mom, I'm going to have another visitor tomorrow. And that was Walter. And she goes, another one? I said, Mother, I am a grown woman. Okay. And so, Walter, there comes Walter. There comes Walter. He's like, hey guys. He talks like a surfer dude. Hey guys, how are you? My mother looked at me like, what? Like, really? And so there she goes. And my brother, again, the little, the peanut gallery they were laughing at me. They were just like sitting there laughing at me. I'm like, leave me alone. This is, I like this man. And my mother goes, okay, let's give him same thing. Let's give him some time.
Mm-hmm.
And they went out, and then there she comes again, 20 minutes later. Walter, I prepared a dinner, and we're going to go warm it up in the hospital cafeteria. I would really like for you to join us and give Alicia a break. I was like, okay. and I will never forget when my mother came back out, to my room. She goes, where did you find him? She goes, he talks so much. And I said, so does your daughter. She goes, no, but like, I really wanted him to be quiet. And I said, that's just Walter. Walter's like, just like, like hang 10 kind of dude, and, just like, talks like a surfer. He's a, musician. So, that's what he does. Like in his spare, well, now he used to do it professionally at one point, but now, he's back in law enforcement. So I mean, it was just like, it's been a hard road with Walter, but unfortunately, Walter's mother had passed from congestive heart failure. So he takes, he's there for me. He's like, hey, isn't it time to, to get your medication, your medication refilled? So he keeps, he's there for me, and I'm there for him too. I mean, because he does have hypertension, and I have to stay on him. So it's just, just a gelling of the two. And, he's wonderful. And everybody, they, like when I first brought Walter around, to like my social circle and to work, they said, well, how old is he? And I said, he's 17 years older than me. So we always joke around. I always tell Walter, I said, Walter, you know that I wasn't even born when you graduated from high school. So we have a good go at it because, as I said in the last review, mom and dad were 25 years apart. So as long as you have the meeting of the minds, we take care of each other. Yeah, it's not always smooth and easy. But I mean, that. I mean, geez, you have the wife and the 4 kids.
You gotta have the balance there,
Yeah, you have to have, and I think that the difficult balance is because I have a friend on Facebook who she just returned to work because she just her docs finally cleared her. She unfortunately was stricken with what I call the vid. And so there has to be a balance between work and between home life. So I was very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I'm not saying that it's easy every day. It's not. But I try to just do the best that I know how to do. I don't want to, I can't be the person that I was before all of this happened to me. I would love to be that person.
I think you were told that before by someone, right? You need to
I would love to be
the home life hat, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he was correctly he was correct, and I wish I would have taken his advice. But I can't be the person that I was before. I mean, because I was pretty much a Stepford wife before, and everything was in its place, and everything has a place. So I can't be I mean, as much as I would like to be, that girl that, that 20-something-year-old girl that, would just go out there and run, and just be very active, and just have everything perfect at home. I've kind of had to let go of a little bit of that, because I've learned as I've gotten older that you can't achieve perfection. And when I was younger, I said, no, you can. I would tell my father this before he passed. I said, no. I said, you can achieve perfection. I said, and he would tell me, no, you can't be perfect. And I said, you know what? Maybe if I can't be perfect, I can come pretty darn close to it.
You can't come
So,
pretty darn
yes,
close to it. So,
I
you
see
know what?
that. Yeah,
That kind of is, a perfect little segue
exactly.
into
Yeah,
here. So, Jennifer is asking if we can speak on discouragement,
yeah.
when you're going through, your therapies and you feel like
Yes.
you kind
Yes.
of hit that
It's
brick wall, or you
mhm.
feel like you're plateauing and
Yeah,
you're
there are
recovering.
definitely there are definitely days when I literally curse myself, and I'm like, "No, you're not performing." Like, I want to perform, you know, the way that I used to. Like, I was a machine.
Mhm.
And there certainly have been some times when as I call it, pulling yourself out of the abyss. Um, it's hard. You can't let yourself, I mean, give yourself the time to just kind of, like, for your soul to, for you to have your soul just, be soothed. If you're, with someone, by someone who understands, mom, dad, whoever. But if you don't have someone that can do that, well, um, you know, every philosophy course that I took said that, the human spirit is all about survival.
Mhm.
So you have to learn how to be a self-soother. And it's very difficult to meet up with failure. And you just have to let it run its course. And I mean, it's a difficult thing to deal with, the negative self-talk.
Mhm.
However, you have to find something like, like maybe like a little quote, or, like an affirmation, that just stick up on your mirror every day. Um, but it's a very real thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, you just have to go through it. You have to experience those emotions. So that way, when it happens, when you feel it happening again, you pull yourself out of it quickly.
Mhm.
And we can't control, like what may be happening to mom or dad or, whoever. Just try to keep yourself positive. Surround yourself with positive people, not yes men, not company men, as I call them, but just surround yourself with positive people. Maybe look at pictures of, when you were, little and your parents loved you. And thank you, Linda. Walter is a great guy. So it's a daunting task. You are literally like, how they do those rock climbers do the freestyle rock climbers.
Mhm.
That's literally what it is. That's
Yeah.
literally what it is. And it's not going to be 100% every day. There are days when it's just like, wow, like what? Everywhere I turn, there's an obstacle here, there's an obstacle there. It's just learning how to cope with that. Yeah, discouragement, that's a very real thing.
Yeah.
You can't listen to the chatter. That's what I've learned. You can't listen to the chatter of other people. You cannot do that.
Exactly.
Because if you listen to that chatter, it's going to bring you down.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
I mean, it's like, yes, I will keep you at an arm's length, but I'm not going to listen to that chatter, and, don't be so hard on yourself. And that's so funny for me saying, that's funny for me to say that because I'm very tough on myself and I have sometimes I have a lot of, negative self-talk. Because it's like, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. But then it's like, no, wait a minute. I have to stand back. And as I always, I tell one of my assistants, look at the forest from the trees. And so when you do that, I think that, you'll realize what an amazing individual you are. If you have to, journal it, write it down, get out, your emotion, through words. Some people do it through music. I sometimes when I'm feeling down, I listen to music, just like whatever strikes me, as the best music to hear at the moment. Um, you can watch movies, now we have so many options as to things that we can watch, for entertainment. Sometimes, like I said, just my favorite is just taking a nice brisk walk. And we don't have too many brisk walks here in San Antonio because of the weather.
Yeah.
But so I am taking advantage of our little bit of winter that we have. And I love my cold, my cool, rather not cold, but my cool, humid, rainy days. And I take a walk in the rain, and I love it. It's refreshing,
Yes, it is.
So
I think one of the ones that I use the most is, writing down either my goals or a message. I write it down somewhere where I can see it. Like for instance, when
right.
I was going to school, I wrote a message down that said, "You're not only doing this for yourself, you're doing it for everyone else." Beep. So
Exactly.
when I would wake up in the morning and I didn't want to do my homework or I didn't want to go to school,
Yeah.
it was right there in my face,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
it's just boom, 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 something that I saw every day, so
Yeah, it's that affirmation. It's a
yeah.
daily affirmation, and it can be whatever, there's this show that I used to watch. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm such a silly person. But there was a show when I was saying, after my divorce, there was a show that I used to watch, and it was on BET because that was the only station that would carry it. But it had she's one of my favorite actresses. She's married to Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union. I just think that she is just like a beautiful. I mean, she's just gorgeous. I always tell people, I can appreciate beauty, in a man or a woman. Like I just like pretty. I mean, yeah, I've always liked pretty things. Like whether it be a statue, whether it be this or aesthetics. Just aesthetics. And so I used to watch the show called Being Mary Jane, and and she was a single woman. And she was kind of like, the leader of her family. And she had to, she was always bailing everybody out. And I would enjoy watching that, like when I was all by myself and, it didn't have the boo or anything like that. And it would give me strength. But I remember she would always write, in the show, she would always write on a little, she had Post-its everywhere, like affirmations. And I think that if we can, just maybe write it on a Post-it, and we see it like every morning, it's like, all right, this is going to be the mood for the day. For me now, my affirmation is, just because of my faith, it's just, okay, have my whole, I'm turning into an old Mexican woman, have my holy water. First thing I do, like when I wake up, thank you, Jesus, bless myself with the holy water. And then, get up and do what I need to do. And then I have subscribed to there, and it's a free service it's a like Bible verses that they send you every morning on your email, and that's the word of the day. Yeah, and when I can, like on the weekends, because when the pandemic first reared its ugly head, well, obviously I had a lot of time on my hands, so I was able to pray the rosary on TV, and I would pray the rosary, and that would bring me some comfort. And so I was just like, okay, but now, we're really getting ramped up. And so I don't have time, because the rosary, it comes on the TV channel at like 9:00. So I don't have time to say it, on TV. So it's like, okay, well, I have my rosary with me, and I fall asleep doing that at night. So anything that brings you comfort is what I'm saying. Like, again, you don't, whatever religion, you are part of, maybe you don't even believe, have religious beliefs, but that there's a higher power out there in the universe. It's just positive thinking. And that's very hard to do. It really, really is. And, but as long as you take care of yourself, eat right, take, what if the doctor says you have to take this medicine because your heart is beating too fast, just mind your P's and Q's. It's been a journey, and it's still going to be a journey. It's not over. It's not over with by any means, but negative people, stay away from negative people. And if you do have to encounter negative people, this is what I always say. You're not paying my bills.
Nope.
So who are you? So, and control, it's like, yes, a little bit of attitude is good, but yeah, just, if somebody hits your boyfriend's car, don't jump out of the car like I did. Go and want to pummel on somebody.
That's the feisty Hispanic in you, right?
Yes. It's just like, I'm like, wait, what? Wait, you said what? Wait, no, you did what? I'm coming for you.
Now,
Yes, sir.
Alicia, now, you had a lot of great insights, but do you have any final thoughts or tidbits for our community?
Again, just, don't surround yourself with negative people. Just try to do something every day that you feel validates you. Don't look to others for validation, because you'll be disappointed every single time if you do that. Appreciate the people that are in your corner. Always give them, praise and thanks. And also go ahead and, like if you see someone struggling, whether you go to the Walmart or, to the Neiman Marcus, if you see somebody struggling, like with something, offer your assistance. It's all about service.
Mm-hmm.
And or maybe if you see that maybe somebody might be having, you're out and about, these days it's kind of hard to be out and about, but if you see that, like when you're out and about, someone looks like maybe they might be down, it's kind of hard, because, we have to wear our masks, but just offer encouragement. Like say, oh, hello, my favorite thing to do is this. Like when they stop, if I'm going to the grocery store and they, the car stops to let me go through the parking lot, I'm just like, and then, or just give like a little bow of the head, like, just like, hello, yes, I acknowledge you. And then again, whatever faith you believe in, just, just like follow your faith. Try to find methods of inspiration. And it's going to be difficult some days, but other days you're going to feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just know that, like yes, because I told you last time I was a Bon Jovi fan. So yes, I'm an Aerosmith fan too. So life's a journey, not a destination. That's one of my favorite things,
There you
from
go.
all people. Steven Tyler, he should know. Life's a journey, not a destination. I think
Love it.
that's one of the best things that I can say, because in my old age, I have come to realize that that's true. I think that yeah, it's scary to open up our hearts, but we have to have them open, especially now. We have to have them open. Even if it means, just like if you're at the store, or, I mean, like if you want to, you're watching TV and, like they have these commercials, like for the St. Jude's, Children's Hospital, what have you, just, and even if all you can give is like $5, I mean, I like to take my patients socks, because I always see that, they don't have socks in the nursing facility. So just do like these, what do they call them? These acts of kindness.
Yeah.
That people wouldn't expect. Maybe it's like the lady that you go and see at the gas station, and you see her there every day, and even if you just bring her like maybe I don't know, a little rose or something like that, or if you just go in there and say what's your favorite drink, or what's your favorite little snack, and
Yeah,
then just
even the smallest little
smallest small
kindness
acts of kindness. Yeah.
can change someone's whole day
It
or
can
entire week.
it can mean the world. It
Yeah,
can change their life around.
it can.
So that's what I try to do. I have a friend. She's a very good friend of mine. I've known her since 5th grade. She's crazy. She's crazy though. She could be cray cray. And what she does, like this fool, I call her a fool. She loves her some Chick-fil-A, and or she might be at a like a fast food place, because she has like little dogs and cats, and she's really a humanitarian relative to like pets. It's because she wants grandchildren. That's why she doesn't have them yet. So she always goes to get them little snacks, even though they might be bad snacks. But what she does though is that she'll go ahead and she will tell the lady at the cash register, I'm going to pay for the 4 people in back of me,
Wow.
So that's
Yeah.
what she does, and she's like, well, how much is it? I'm going to pay for the 4 people in back of me. And I
Let
know
me
now.
know. Let me know next time she's going, okay? So I can be right behind you.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's an inspiration. We've been friends ever since we were 10 years old. But it's just like you just have to find something good every day.
Yes.
It's
yes.
hard. There are going to be days there might even be weeks.
A few days, yeah, where you just like, you
Where
know
you
what?
don't
I don't
find
want to. Yeah,
anything.
I don't want to do
Where
it.
you're just,
Yeah.
yeah, where you're just like, I'm angry. And it's okay. Allow yourself to be angry,
Yeah.
you know, because that's part of the process of healing, you know,
Mhm.
because I think that a lot of people that don't have our afflictions, they don't understand that it's, you know, it's not just, you know, the physical affliction, but it's an emotional affliction. And, you know, when you understand that, and yes, people can call you an empath. And I know that these days, you know, being called an empath is, you know, a bad thing, you know, but I mean, I can't go wrong with my father's teaching. There they go again. Sorry. I can't go wrong with my father's teachings. You know, my father, my mom, my grandma, my family members that are close to me. So, I mean, it's multifactorial, as I call it. It's not just one thing, it's a lot of things. You know, and yes, spread love, kindness, and joy. Absolutely. I mean, I always say peace, love, and light. You know, I mean, you just can't go wrong with that. And yeah, you're gonna get broken down sometimes, but I mean, this is what I learned, and I learned it from a movie. It was called it was a movie about gangsters. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember it, but it was Robert Loggia, the actor. He's since passed, but in the movie he was a gangster, and he said, "Any day above ground is a good day." And
I would have to agree with that.
I'm serious though.
Right. So my concluding thoughts are, you know, we kind of talked about it, touched on it a little bit. You know, whenever, you know, we have a hurdle that comes in our path, you know, in life,
Mhm.
you know, instead of letting it become a brick wall, you
Mhm.
know, we
Mhm.
let it be just that, a hurdle, and we
Mhm.
continue
Mhm.
running towards the
Yeah.
goal that we have set in our life.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know?
I completely agree with you. Because everywhere, I mean, geez, everywhere I turn today, we had like, oh, I don't even know, five or six different obstacles just in trying to get, you know, our patients treated. So it's like, okay, like I can let this get the better of me.
Yep.
But no, it's not going to. I'm not going to allow it. You know, I'm going to go. You know, like we're going to get through this. It's kind of like being like, you know, back being on the soccer team. You know, it's like, you know, when the coaches talk to you, it's like, no, you're gonna, you know, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And that's why everyone always used to ask me, "Were you a cheerleader in high school?" I was like, "No." My dad wouldn't let me wear those short skirts. And I'm like, why do you ask? It's like, because you're just, you know, you just,
You're so peppy.
yeah. And I'm just like, I think that I'm a sourpuss. Oh, I think I'm a sourpuss because I'm just like, no, it's not going to be like that. Like my nephew. Like when I try to FaceTime with him, my mother, oh, she goes, here he is. And I'm like, hello, little one. Hello, Adrian, my handsome. And he goes, no. He runs away. He runs away from the phone. He goes, I don't want to talk to her. I'm like, oh, geez, you know, like I just wish I could pick him up and hug him like I used to. But no, they're in their bubble. I'm
Yep.
in my bubble.
Yep.
Keep everybody safe.
Keep
Keep
everybody
everybody safe.
safe.
And
And
these are uncertain times. But yeah, I
yep,
mean,
I hear that. With
you.
with that
Mhm.
being said, why don't you go ahead and
Sure.
bless everyone?
I'll invoke the higher power. I'll
Let's
invoke
do
the
it.
higher power.
Let's do it.
Thank you to the higher power for allowing us to, again, like I said, have another day above ground, keep us safe as we sleep, and keep us safe during our daily activities, help us become more conscious of other people's feelings, and help us to help others live and help live, because these are uncertain times. And just, keep fighting the good fight, because that's all you can do. It may get you down in the dumps sometimes, but keep fighting the good fight. Surround yourself with positivity. And you know what? If you have negativity, you just find a way to turn it around. Like they say, turn that frown into a smile, you know? And with that being said, I hear my little boo coming in and talking about turning a frown into a smile.
There we go.
That's best. I mean, perfect
Amen.
timing.
Boom.
Perfect timing.
Amen
So
to
I
that.
just want to thank you so much for having me on again tonight.
Yes.
And I just hope that that everyone is safe. Keep yourself safe, please, please, please. Keep yourself safe.
Alicia, thank
yes,
you
sir.
so much for coming
Yes,
on.
sir.
And mostly known as Dr. Galvan, de Galvin. But I appreciate you for coming on again and sharing the rest of your testimony.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I mean, whatever I can do to help anybody, Today was a hard day. Probably, drank a little too much more root beer than I should. And I'm like, and I'm literally staring at the bottle of root beer, right? I'm like, oh, I want some more. No, we have to for ourselves.
Nope. All right.
All right, darling. Thank you.